Okay, fellas, big weekend this weekend, huge weekend. We've got the new underfloors on the car, so that's exciting for everybody involved. And Kev, mate, just go out there, enjoy it, and just give it your best shot. Logan, well, I tell you what, mate, we've bought lots of spares, so hit whatever you want, just as long as it's not K-Mag. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Kicking Haas. It is the Brazilian Grand Prix today, the second last race of the season. I have never been this nervous playing this game ever. I am shaking with nerves. And it is, well, K-Mag is 11 points back of Verstappen for the title. The new underfloor is on the car. We've given him every opportunity. I keep thinking, I literally am waking up in the middle of the night and just thinking, if K-Mag had not been taken out in Miami by Sargeant when he was surely going to win that race, oh, how different this title could look. Yes, and I also could have not stopped him in Mexico last time out, and he would have been a little bit closer again. But anyway, we can't dwell on the past. We've got to look a bit at the future here, and 11 points is a deficit. 2 races to go. In terms of the constructors, we're fairly solid in third. Mercedes has been quick, but I think the gap should be okay at this point with 2 races to go. Now, there's a little bit to catch you up on off the track as well. If we just quickly go down here, the factory was in poor condition, so we've upgraded it again. So that'll be with us for next season, I hope. It's expensive to do, but we've done it. You can see there the underfloor is complete. It's been manufactured. It's on the car. We've also had the reset of the research time, so we've started working on next season's car now. The reason we're doing that, just in case you don't understand or realize, is that if we were to start researching things for this year's car now, it's not going to be ready for this year's car anyway, so we'll put the time into next year's car. So that is all of that. Speaking of the cars, let's go and have a look. You can see the development there. Research front wing, rear wing, and underfloor as well. Let's have a look at this long-awaited underfloor upgrade. If we go here and have a look, if we were to show rank on the grid, we can see compared to right now to what it does, and it does move us up a little bit. Certainly low speed corners, it's a bit of an upgrade. A little bit on top speed as well. So yeah, it helps. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it is going to help. We've got 5 of them, so that should all be fine. And there's not too much else to update you on in terms of the car. Now, drivers, we know there's development points to be had here. It's not supposed to rain this weekend, so let's stick the extra point there on smoothness. We are now going to try and improve Sargeant across the board a little bit more now that we've sort of everything there is above 80. So that's the plan with him. K-Mag does have a development point as well. So we will stick that for him onto his lowest, which is reactions. So we'll do that. And does Crawford, he does also have a development point. So we will stick that for him onto reactions as well. And he's getting there, isn't he? He's starting to get to somewhere where he might be considered a Formula 1 driver. But yeah, that is that. A reminder, K-Mag will be leaving us at the end of the season, world champion or not, and Crawford will be taking over that seat. Staff, do we have any development points here? No, we do not. And yeah, that is pretty much everything then, isn't it? Let's have a look at the circuit. We are expecting a dry weekend, which is good for, it helps my stress levels a little bit. It is red sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3 when it comes to qualifying. We can see there a little bit of everything. This has always been one of my favorite tracks to drive whenever I'm sort of doing some sim racing. I do really enjoy it. But even just to watch, it's always been a good Grand Prix, hasn't it? Usually weather influenced as well. So medium and low speed corners and acceleration as well is what's needed. 24 odd seconds stop, but look at that virtual safety car, 11 seconds, it halves it. So there's definitely, you know, if we get a safety car, it's going to be worthwhile perhaps coming in. We can see there the strategy. It's a 2-stop race. It's how you want to do those 2 stops. That looks like it's the issue. There is not much difference in time. It is a relatively short lap, but we're only talking, what, 0.4 of a second between the hard and the soft, but the drop-off is quite significant. So the hard tyre is probably going to be a very good race tyre here, it looks like. Last season, K-Mag was 9th. We need him to do better than that this season, don't we? Sargeant was 15th, so it wasn't a good race for us last year, though in truth, we would have already been focusing on this year's car last season. So yeah, we'll hope that that was the reason for that. Sainz and Verstappen have won previously here. Let's hope it's not a Verstappen win today. And if we go and have a look at our performance, I'm so nervous. I'm struggling to talk and to think. So reach 8th is fine. Fastest lap, we'll go for it. And finishing streak, so we need one in the top 10. And if we get someone into Q3 today, then we'll have that extra bit of money there as well. 2 million, it's not bad for 5 top 10 qualifying places, is it? So there we go. That is everything ready to go. Let's get over there. So there we go, confirmation. It is a dry weekend, and we shouldn't get any rain in Abu Dhabi. You'd be surprised if it did. So I think we've seen the last of the rain for the season. Guys, I'm going to do free practice. Wish me luck. We need to get a setup that's good. I'm not going to put Crawford in the car. K-Mag's going to get all the car time he needs. And I'll see you for qualifying. Alright, we have done free practice. And let's go and look at the results. And the first thing you should notice is Verstappen is taking penalties. Let's hope that sends him all the way to the back. And is this the payoff now for switching stuff out all season? Are we going to have a little bit of a payoff for that? Now, you can see FP1, 19th and 20th. K-Mag only got a hard tyre time in, so that explains why he is down there. FP2, if we scroll down, it was 17th and 20th. Again, old engine parts, don't worry too much about the position. And if we look down here, 18th and 20th in FP3. So that is all of that. But look at this. We've got good setups here. We've put the new parts in the car. And most importantly, Verstappen is taking a penalty. Q1 shouldn't be a problem, so we will be back to confirm that we are through that. So indeed, we were absolutely fine. 7th and 9th with just the one run. Verstappen, though, with penalties, so therefore something's new in the car, and still slower than K-Mag. That could be absolutely huge, couldn't it? On to Q2. Alright, we are on board with K-Mag. Now, K-Mag got blocked by Albon horribly on his first attempt on used tyres, granted. We went back out in the same set of tyres. He's still in 12th, so this is a very big pressure run here for Kevin Magnussen, who at the moment is likely to finish 15th in qualifying. That would be the ultimate disaster. He's done a green first sector, though, as has Sargeant. Sargeant is ahead of us on track. There is quite a bit of green. And with Perez about to cross the line, you imagine Magnussen will be 15th. Sargeant is 7th. Sargeant is fine. He is in. What can K-Mag do, though? Can he get himself inside that top 10? He can. He goes 7th. Sargeant 9th. So that was a little bit tense, wasn't it? But here we go. We're unlikely to get pole, but penalties to karma. Let's see where we can finish Q3. Okay, so here we go. Sargeant ran wide somewhere. I think it was turn 5 and 6 up here. Where are we? Up here. The corners are coming up too, so on his lap. So he's currently in 10th. He doesn't really matter in the nicest respects, Logan. This is not about you right now. It's about K-Mag, who is 8th, behind Gasly. Now, if we can get him ahead of Verstappen, obviously it's an extra spot then that Verstappen would have to take a penalty for on the grid. Now, as ever, our first laps were done on used tyres. We're about to get the second sector time there. Green for Kevin Magnussen. What can he do? We do have Russell behind us on track. We didn't quite get last out. Magnussen goes 6th. Sargeant is 9th. We are ahead of Verstappen, though. So, before penalties, it is K-Mag 6th. Bottas and Russell, both Mercedes, will take a penalty, so he should be starting 4th. And that will mean Sargeant will start 6th. So, second and third rows of the grid. Hopefully, anyway. Let's see what this race holds for us. Alright, so strategy-wise, if we were to do medium, medium, hard, soft, medium, hard is a little... Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do this again. I prefer the idea of finishing on a faster tyre and getting the hard out of the way in the middle, but we saw that that really did screw us over. Could we finish on a soft? Potentially. Everybody else on aging hards and mediums. We're on a soft. I like the look of that, to be honest. So let's try that. And we do... See, because the thing is, we don't actually have another medium tyre, I don't think. I'm pretty sure we only have one medium tyre that is new. Can I have a look? We've got one new. Yeah, we don't have any other medium tyres, so we couldn't actually do medium, medium, hard if we wanted to. Because I wasn't thinking about that. So we'll do this. We'll do the same thing with K-Mag. We've got plenty of soft tyres, so if we need to, if we need to come in and stick on soft tyres, and we were able to do that many times. Yeah, there we go. Well, let's hope it's a clean race. Let's hope that we come out on top here. And let's hope Verstappen maybe crashes. Alright, welcome back. Good luck, everybody. There's a Red Bull there. That could be Perez, or is that... No, that'll be Verstappen, won't it? Where's Verstappen? Verstappen is 8th, so he hasn't lost that much. What we need is for Sargeant to stay ahead of him. It looks like he's done that. We've got Magnussen in 4th, right up behind Perez. Can we... Good man, Logan. Good man. Everybody's on a medium except for Tsunoda on a soft. So that's more or less to be expected, I think. Verstappen is there in 8th. Now, there is, of course, the chance, and maybe this is just me being a little bit negative, if Magnussen doesn't finish this race, then Verstappen could win the title today. We don't want that. I mean, the least that this season deserves is going down to the final race, a Verstappen and Magnussen shootout. That's the least that we want from this season, surely. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed Verstappen's still in 8th. I wonder how he's managed to do that and take a penalty. But anyway, we've got Leclerc. Looks like he's holding everybody up here. If we could get past Perez, that would be nice. Of course, Perez, Verstappen's teammate, is going to be very determined to keep us behind. DRS should be activated. There it is. Let's stay with this momentarily and see if we can manage to get past Perez with DRS. He, of course, has it himself, so we're going to be in the good old-fashioned DRS. Oh, Perez sends it off into the sticks. Well, that helps things out, doesn't it? Free position for everybody, of course, but more importantly, it means that we don't have a Red Bull in front of Magnussen. Now, if Sargeant... He just kind of needs to stay where he is, doesn't he? Just keep Verstappen behind you, mate. If he can take any points off Verstappen, every point he takes off Verstappen here is a bonus. And if this race was to finish now, as Magnussen sets the fastest lap, I think he would go into the final race with the championship lead. Or certainly it would be very close, if not. But long way to go here. Still, what, 68 or so laps. And with the assistance of DRS, there goes Kevin Magnussen past Leclerc and up into 2nd place in this race. This would give him the lead in the championship, I'm almost positive. Had to fight for it though, didn't he? Get out of the way, Charles. K-Mag has made a mistake and he's gone all the way to the back of the field. He's hit... Oh, it's going to be a penalty, is it? He hasn't got a penalty, but he has gone back to 19th. Oh, that is a disaster with Verstappen in 5th. Oh, Sargeant, you legend! Sargeant has done it! He's taken out Verstappen! He's taken out Verstappen! Go on, Logan Sargeant! What? Hey! He is a team player. He's got a penalty. That doesn't matter. Verstappen, this is controversial. This is very controversial. But surely Verstappen has damage. And, well, he needs to come into the pits. That's okay. We'll bring him on in. And this is chaos. Absolute chaos. So Verstappen has had to stop. So he is 18th right now. K-Mag is 16th. This is the title no one wants to win, isn't it? Well, let's see how this develops from here. It's just absolute, it's carnage. It's carnage, it's chaos. And I absolutely love it. Alright, so K-Mag is coming in this lap. His position is very much inflated by the fact that everybody else has stopped except for him. So he'll come in, he will drop down, he will probably drop behind Verstappen. We'll see what sort of stop the boys can do here for us. If we can get on board with K-Mag, please, and thank you. On board. And let's hope it's a good one. 2.5, it is a good one, but it's not enough. We will be all the way down there. Well, you can see some cars going past. It is 18th. So still a long way back for K-Mag. Of course, he did this to himself by running wide. Verstappen in 11th, though. And a soft tyre for us to come at the end as well. So we're probably a safety car away from making this really work for us. But yeah, Verstappen's not quick either. So at least K-Mag is quick. Alright, we're on board with K-Mag. Verstappen is holding up Hamilton. And there goes Hamilton. Verstappen is not quick. He's not quick at all. He's obviously got I would suggest, got a damaged car, as we are behind Russell. We're carving through with Russell, but Verstappen is slow, and that can only be a good thing. And we've got to score points with K-Mag now. Everybody's got to stop at least one more time. We're going to go to soft tyres, which should give us a little bit of an advantage, although they will drop away relatively quickly. But this is a big move that is about to happen here, as we will, in hopefully very near time, go straight past Verstappen. Let's go to deploy. Let's try and get this done now. We don't want to let George Russell get too far away, because ideally we'd like what is a very quick Mercedes to tow us along. Can we get it done down the outside of Max Verstappen into turn 1, turn 2? We've got a yellow flag out there for somebody. Can we get this done? Come on, Kevin. This is important, mate. This is important. Bottas has run wide. He's up there in 3rd, so it's the race we should be in, but it's not the race we are in, as this should be done now. Up the inside we go. We've still got George Russell in DRS range. So that has worked out not too badly at all. We are 42 seconds off the lead. We are not too far away from the points, and we've got Ocon up there in 7th, holding up a little bit of a train. So there could be some decent points on for us here, and Verstappen, he's not going to be scoring many of them at all. So come on, K-Mag. Safety car! Safety car, safety car, safety car. It doesn't help. It doesn't help Kevin Magnussen. Now, what it actually might, if we were to go onto a medium, no, we don't have a medium tyre to go onto. So it doesn't actually help us necessarily. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. With Logan Sargeant, if we go soft, he doesn't really have anything to lose at this point. It means that he can push the entire way to the end, and the 2 new soft tyres will get him there. So I think we do that with him. I think with K-Mag, though, we maybe stick it out, because everything is not looking too badly for him, and then a soft tyre at the end, because he still does have quite a bit of hard tyre left. So that's what we will do. We will call in Logan Sargeant this lap. 2 sets of fresh tyres. He's got nothing to lose because he's already at the back anyway. Whereas K-Mag, there is an argument, but his tyres are still pretty good. There is an argument to say bring him in and do the same thing. I don't know what the actual safety car is. Oh, Leclerc is out.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
So Leclerc has crashed at turn 1, and that is the reason for the safety car. So that's going to move K-Mag up a position automatically. He's all by himself as well. It's qualifying in Miami all over again.
We see the crash.
Alright, so safety car is in this lap. The only cars that stopped were, Perez stopped. It's a hard tyre to the end. But that is pretty much it. We're on board with K-Mag, who is currently 10th. Now, we do have Verstappen behind us, but we saw Verstappen is lacking pace. We've got Mick Schumacher in front of us, which should be fine. Vettel is in 4th, Gasly 3rd. So, everybody still has to stop. It'll be interesting to see how Sargeant does here as well. He is sort of last, so we just went ahead of Stroll, but he's got soft tyres to the end, and he's able to push as well. We've just got past Mick Schumacher here. We are deploying as well. We're trying to, everybody's close, just make up as much positions as we can, which is my general logic. I know it's been said in the comments before that we should use overtake. Deploy is more for when you're in free air. That is true. I'm not arguing that fact. I should use overtake. I don't know why I don't. It's just a habit I think I've got myself into, and I'm a little bit superstitious. So we will continue to use deploy for this season, and then maybe when we've got our 2 Americans, we can look to do things actually properly, which would be unusual for this channel, wouldn't it? Stroll up to 17th now. He does, of course, remember, we still got to stop again with Stroll. With Sargeant. Can we get a move done here? The battery is now empty. So it's going to have to... DRS will come online this lap, so it's not the end of the world. And we'll charge up into turn 1 anyway. There's an empty battery there as well now for him. Him being Sargeant. And yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking Vettel in 4th should be very, very gettable for us. And we've just got a Norris in the McLaren up the inside. A yellow flag in Sector 2. Sargeant up to 15th now, as Sargeant overtakes Guan Yu Zhou. Come on, Denny Rick, if you could just get out of our way here, mate, that would be great. Sargeant could score points here, you know, the way it's going. Bottas is in the pits, which is a bit of a strange time to come in just after a safety car. But each to his own. That's up to 7th now. Vettel in 3rd, Gasly 2nd. Can we get a move done up the inside under DRS? Out of the way, Denny Rick. Here we come. K-Mag to 6th. And it looks as though it's Albon that's the cork in the bottle. Gasly has just overtaken Sainz for the lead, has he? He's certainly battling with him. And we've got medium tyre runners here. Now, they're obviously going to be aging tyres. And I would suspect, perhaps, quite old at this point as well. And maybe even are they coming into the pits this lap? Yes, there they go. So everybody is in. K-Mag is now up to 3rd. Verstappen is 7th. Sargeant is 10th. No, he's not. He's 11th. He's 10th. He is 10th. So that safety car has just brought us back in. Our cars are quick. And it's just made up for the mistakes. It sort of, you know, eliminated the gaps that had existed because of that. And as things stand right now, if we can get Sargeant ahead of Verstappen as well, that would be huge, wouldn't it? But as things stand right now, Magnussen's going to go to the final race of the year with the championship leaders. Sainz is in the pits now. Oh, K-Mag has spun it! K-Mag, what of you goes Verstappen? Do you not want to win this bloody championship, Kevin Magnussen? He's 14th.
That's a spin!
Oh, K-Mag, you are killing me. You were sitting in 2nd. You had it done. This is Sargeant. Why are we on board with Sargeant? Nice overtake, mate. But he's back down to 16th. For the love of God, K-Mag. Alright, I tell you who could win this race yet is Sargeant, up to 3rd, about to come in for his final stop. K-Mag is getting to the point where he's coming in. I can't believe... I wonder if the game does code for the fact that he's feeling the pressure, you know, like he's in a championship battle. He was sitting 2nd. You know, he was going to... He was going to have a championship lead going into the final race. And he just apparently couldn't handle the pressure. So there's Sargeant down out into 16th now. Magnussen is back up to 9th, but he does owe us a pit stop momentarily, which will put him onto the soft tyre. I mean, is it too much to ask for another safety car? Safety cars have saved K-Mag at times this year. At some point, we're asking too much to keep getting safety cars, aren't we? But we will pit this lap. We'll put him onto the soft tyre. And we've just got to hope he's going to come out 19th. He's got no one to blame but himself. That's the annoying thing, isn't it? Absolutely no one to blame but himself. Alright, so here we go. Verstappen, you can see him just coming out in front of us there as well. Verstappen's not scoring points today, which is the only saving grace. Yeah, it's just massively disappointing, isn't it? Just massively disappointing again. How is this, though? The 2 championship contenders. Last and second last on the road. Oh, no. He's got ahead of Tsunoda. Last and third last as Tsunoda spins. Oh, we do have a safety car. This is the championship that somebody wants Kevin Magnussen to win. What have I done there? I've clicked on something I didn't mean to. I don't know who has crashed. We'll find out momentarily. Is everybody going to come piling in for soft tyres? It's Guan Yu Zhou that has crashed. Alright, so safety car is coming in. The only car that stopped was George Russell for soft tyres, so he will win this race almost at a canter, I would imagine. We've got Sargeant in 13th, K-Mag in 18th, Verstappen 16th. Verstappen also on a soft tyre. So we can more or less go to the end here now. We're on board with Sargeant, who is sort of our best bet for a result. We are what's it called, deploying the ERS. So we'll see what we can do. The way that the race has gone, you kind of feel like one, or if not both of our drivers will send it off into the sticks at some point. But, well, we can only hope. There is 12 laps to go. Sargeant up to 12. Sargeant is definitely on for points here. He might even be on for a podium, you know, if he can keep it all together. Given the tyres everybody else is on. But yeah, can Magnussen salvage anything by way of points? So look at this in front of Sargeant right now. This is, I'm assuming, is it Vettel up there? We've got Magnussen, who is basically caught up to this as well. The problem is that we need to somehow try and find a way for them both to get through and get some points here. 11 points is the gap. If we can get K-Mag up to sort of 5th, 6th, then that's enough. That will get him sort of ahead of Verstappen here. But we are going to run out of laps very, very quickly, which is the problem, of course. So we might even stay with this to the end. I don't know how long this race is going, but it is obviously a very, very important race. So, yeah, we don't want to sell it short, but we need Sargeant to start getting some moves done here. Let's just try deploy. He has gotten some overtakes done through this section, but his tyres are going as well, which isn't going to help things. He's got Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. I think Aston Martin have got 1 point all year, so he's going to be holding on to this for everything he's got. Can we get a move done there? Not quite. We just ran out of battery at the wrong time, didn't we? We're kind of stuck when we really just don't need to be stuck. I'm wondering if we should be harvesting. Alright, let's try K-Mag. Can he get something done up the inside here of Alonso, who hasn't been the quickest this race. He's been sort of holding people up all race. I mean, we're getting to the point. K-Mag just needs... I mean, you need to either get a move done or stick it in the wall trying, because he needs points. He needs points, and as things stand, he's 14th. He's not getting any. Can Sargeant get something done? It's a hard-tired Lance Stroll in front. Surely this should be like taking candy from a baby. Come on, come on, come on. There it is. Up the inside. Job done. A little bit of deploy to try and catch the cars in front. And that should be that. I think he's going to run out of tyres before the end. Let's stick K-Mag on deploy now. We've got to get moves done now, mate. You've got to get moves done. How are we doing for tyres? He is kind of marginal to get to the end on his tyres. Sargeant does have DRS to those in front, but not maybe enough. Now we're looking here, we've got to look at Russell and Bottas, 2nd and 3rd for Mercedes. It's not great for our 3rd in the Constructors. Let's try deploy from here. We've got to try, I think we've got to try and overtake where people aren't expecting us, and that would be a good place to get a move done. K-Mag, he just can't quite do it. Can he get one done up the inside there of the Williams? He can. No, he can't. He doesn't have any battery. Just using maybe... we don't have the battery quite when we need it, do we? Come on. We've got... he's got 3 laps. He's got 3 laps and he's 14th. Sargeant's going to run out of tyres as well. I did wonder if I should have stopped Sargeant under the safety car to get another set of soft tyres on. But ultimately we didn't do that. So there's one more for K-Mag. His tyres, I think, again, are just about get... Actually, he can probably push on these tyres a little bit more, because they are going to get there. He's 13th. Sargeant is going to start struggling now. We can push him on the fuel a little bit. But he is definitely just holding on. Can we try and get some moves done here with K-Mag? Stroll in the Aston Martin is the one, isn't it? Alright, you forget your tyres now, K-Mag. Just go. Just go. Russell has started his last lap. K-Mag, is he going to make that move stick? No, we're just running out of battery at the wrong time, aren't we? We need We need to get to Stroll. Stroll is currently 10th. That is 1 point. How important could that 1 point be? Come on. We've got to deploy now, don't we? Because we've got to get... Oh, we've got to get to Norris. We've got to get to Norris now. Norris has got past Stroll. And I don't think it's going to happen for us. The battery is empty. And it's going to be 9th for Logan Sargeant. He is going to come across. He's had a decent drive, hasn't he? He took Verstappen out for us as well, let's not forget. But Magnussen comes in 12th in a race he really should have, if not won, he should have been on the podium. And he's ended up with nothing. Verstappen 16th. So, own goals all round there. It is 2 points for Sargeant, nothing for Kevin Magnussen. It might bring Sainz back into the driver's standings a little bit as well. No. So, I mean, if you look at the last 4 races, 3 of them, K-Mag and Verstappen have got nothing. So, it is really the championship no one wants to win. Mercedes have taken a big chunk out of us again. It is still on for 3rd in the final race of the year. And it is still on for the drivers, but I tell you what, Magnussen should have the lead. He should have the lead, and that is so disappointing. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And next race will be K-Mag's final race with the team. He needs to beat Verstappen by at least 11. Excuse me, at least 11 points. I don't know how the head-to-head's going to go. Let's just say 12 points and we win it. We don't have to worry about a head-to-head. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Will he do it? Will he not? He should be in front. I just can't get past the fact that he should... Although Sargeant did take out Verstappen, so to be fair, maybe not. Anyway, till next time, guys. Take care.